Hello everyone, I'm PrussianPrince with another Total War Warhammer 2 tournament match cast. This is the Rise of the Mortarchs Season 2 first qualifier, I believe. And here I'm playing against Tesla21 in round, I believe this is round 3, let me double check, yes. Round 3, so by this point it's actually quarterfinals already, basically. Now, let's get the show on the road. So, I'm playing as Lizards. He is the Greenskins. I'm gonna go over my composition very quickly here. So, what do I have? Well, first of all, we have the man, the myth, the legend, always, well, not the man, the myth, the legend, the lizard, the myth, the legend, I guess. Lord Mazdamuni himself with Ruination of Cities, Banishment, Shield of the Old Ones, Apotheosis, One Convergence, Net of Amantok, Sunburst Standard, Hexoatl, Great Arcane Conduit, and all that fun stuff. We also have a Skink Chief here with Slippery. Of course, they have Bastillodon with Solar Engine, an Ancient Stegodon, so pretty heavy on single entities. I mean, playing as the Lizards after all. We have a total of 3 Pterodon Riders. One of them is the ROR Hawks Sentinels right over here. So have on each flank a unit of Skink Horde with Javelins. And in the center, up front, 1 Chameleon Skink. For the actual infantry core, we just have 3 units. So 2 Saurus Warriors with shields and a unit of Cohort of Sotek. These are red-crested skinks, our red-crested skinks, basically. So that is my composition. Let's go over the Greensken Army of Tesla. So, I'm gonna start with his Lord choice. So we have the Goblin Great Shaman with Don't Even Try It, Arcane Conduit, Itchy Nuisance, Sneaky Stabbing, of course Sneaky Stealing, and basically all that stuff. For heroes, we do have a Goblin Big Boss with They Needs Stabbing. So that's pretty cool. Did I miss anything on the Goblin Great Shaman? No, I don't think so. So, then we have, looks like a total of 3 Stone Trolls, so pretty heavy on the Stone Trolls here. Stone Trolls are great, so why not? Actually a Forest Goblin Spider Rider and a Goblin Wolf Rider Archer on the right. This is an Archer as well. I believe the same on the left flank, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed. For infantry, we have some mostly cheap stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4 Orc Boys. Looks like a unit of goblins, and of course the ROR Night Goblins. These are the 8-big loonies. There are actually 2 ROR Night Goblins, but you know, this is the good one. 8-big loonies. The really good one, I mean. In the back we have 2 Orc Rare Boys and a unit of, well, the Rusty Arrows, which is an ROR Night Goblin Archer. Okay, so let's hit play and watch the battle unfold here. So right now, I mean, obviously, Greenskins are going to be attacking me. Although he does have 4 units of Skirmish Cav, then can be annoying, but I can sort of zone them out a little bit with the Skink Horde with Javelins. And I do have Bastillodon with Solar Engine as well, and a Skink unit, so it's not like I have no skirmishing. And of course the Pterodon Riders, but Pterodon Riders, kind of don't want to use them against those. And here we go. Already the first shot has been fired at the Goblin Great Shaman by the Bastillodon. And here I'm sending this Chameleon Skink forward. It's not like I need to do anything else at this point, so... Alright, Bastillodon firing into this hero unit right now, the Goblin Big Boss. We'll see how much that does. Does do quite a decent amount of damage. Maybe should be targeting something else at this point. Not sure what the best target is here, because there's a lot of juicy stuff, like this unit. Then of course there's the missiles as well, which could be targeted. However, now I've got the Chameleon Skinks being very annoying here. Of course, these are shielded units. One has bronze, one has silver, so that's pretty annoying. That was a very nice shot into the Goblin Big Boss there. Those Skirmish Cav trying to be annoying, but I do have Javelins here and Skinks, so that should be alright. I pulled back the Red Crescent Skinks because they have like no armor right now. And they have no shields anyway, so I'll just leave the Saurus Warriors in front. The Sidon actually misses there, which is very bad for me. But I am sending out the Hawk Sentinels here, which are currently very annoying. I'm skirmishing with this unit. And now I'm gonna move up here. Looks like I am... Don't even try it, but I'm setting up for a rock drop here, which does huge damage to that unit. But is it gonna be worth it? I mean, it still has enough to actually pop balloons. Here the Saurus Warriors are engaged. The Bastillon is firing into these Orc Boys here, so starting to do some damage, and it's already at half ammo. Should be targeting this unit, maybe the Goblin Big Boss. A banishment is popped. Starting the engagement here, so I should be winning that engagement actually. This unit's running away. I don't know, what am I doing with the Chameleon Skinks here? That is super bad. This is extremely bad right now. But that said, Ruination of Cities hitting really hard here. Lots of damage. But now here I'm doing the correct thing, which is pulling back my right flank and taking the engagement here, because here I've got more units. I'm winning. I got the Stone Trolls out. I still don't notice these units here in the back that have recovered for me, but I'm doing, again, the good thing, which is kiting here and taking engagement when I feel like I can win it. So here I send in the Ancient Stegodon. I maybe not necessarily can win it. We have Saurus Warriors here, but now with Mazda Mundi and some Third Army Rider support, maybe it's possible to have the Bastillodon here. Still some big engagements here. And yeah, it's a nuisance. They can stab it on Mazda Mundi. So his stats are 2 attack, 7 defense. Yeah, I should be pulling him out at this point because he can't do much. Although, that said, stats are going up again. Because I did put on Harmonic Convergence on him. So here it looks like, I believe the Third Army Rider's got a nice rock drop here, potentially. Might be chasing off the Stone Trolls. Still haven't realized that I have more units here, so that's really bad for me, potentially, if I don't realize it. I still have this cohort of Sotek over here, which would do excellently against the Goblins, but there is a unit of Stone Trolls too. Over here, I did end up catching this unit of Goblin Big Boss. So right now, it's kind of surrounded here, and it should be taking some damage. I ended up hitting my own units here with the Bastillodon. I should be targeting this unit instead. Again, I'm hitting the Ancient Stegodon in the back, which is bad. Still haven't realized that I have these units, but I end up moving back the Hawk Sentinels here. Skinko Javelins still engaged, and there's even more. Yeah, these Stone Trolls here, this is not good for me, but I do still have my single entities here. Taking this engagement, I got the Goblin Big Boss. Not even sure what the Solar Engine is shooting at. Oh, okay, it's targeting the Goblin Great Shaman. Still not the best angle here. There's danger of shooting my own unit, but now it might be a little bit better. Still though, the Stegodon should be targeting Goblin Great Shaman. I'm not sure why I'm pulling it back. That was a great shot on Goblin Great Shaman. 6 defense, so it's really getting debuffed by the Solar Engine right now. Sking Chief here is also doing work, targeting down Goblin Great Shaman, so it's not poison. And then the Stegodon debuff here. It's really not having a good time. Leadership is dropping. I do end up popping a Banishment and another Ruination of Cities here. See how much it actually does there. So it does do some damage, but not the most. It does actually do some damage to those Orc Boys. I do end up routing the Goblin Great Shaman, which is huge here. I still haven't sent back the Chameleon Skink, so I'm really bad with situational awareness in this game. I still have these engagements here. The thing is, I have 3 big solar engines. Oh, imagine that. But no, I have 3 single entities which are really strong. Mazamundi, Ancient Stegodon, and Bastillodon. Of course, even the Skink Chief here. Obviously not a great combatant, but he is very annoying for sure. And he can poison. Here I have this blob here, which should be able to win. I do pop a shield of the old ones here, which is huge. Apotheosis onto the board because he's dropping. I still haven't figured out that I have Chameleon Skinks there. So these Sentinels were actually unable to chase off the Stone Trolls, so the Stone Trolls did end up coming back. I feel like, yeah, no, their leadership is sort of stabilizing at this point. I am sending in my Mazda towards the Goblin Gate Shaman, so popping Arcane Conduit. Now the problem here is that yes, I need to start turning around here to fight off against the Stone Trolls. I'm not actually giving an attack order here, which is bad. For the Solar Engine here, this is extremely bad. And I am sort of losing this engagement here, but again, the Goblin Gate Shaman is getting surrounded and taken out here, which could be huge. I still haven't figured out that I have skins, have I? I don't think so, they're still there. But here, Mazdamundi is cold-blooded here for him because he's low on leadership, which is going to be key here. That cold blood is really keeping him in the fight, unless he's gonna rout now. He's on -2. He is routing off the field, as is the Goblin Great Shaman though. So this is huge right now. The Ancient Stegodon is unable to finish off the Goblin Gate Shaman, but Mazda isn't finished off either. So both of these are going to be finished off. Stone Trolls could be routing, and they are now shattered. That is huge, because that is a unit that could have done a lot of damage. My Bastillodon, I'm using it to target the Goblin Great Shaman. I'm still taking some hits onto that unit. Mazdamundi is going to fall if he's chased by the Spider Rider archers. Some of the Stone Trolls coming back. The Chameleon Skins, I still haven't figured out that they're there. I've got some Pterodon Riders coming back, so I could definitely be using those. Got the Stegodon coming in, and he takes out the Greenskin Lord Spider. But now at this point, might actually lose Mazda if I don't save the unit. But, you know, this unit does route, which is huge, because Mazda is still alive. So I've got my Ancient Stegodon here, also the Bastillodon. Stegodon is going to engage these Orc Boys and make short work of them. And there it goes. Mazda is back, and that is game 1, that is. So let's take a look at the statistics. That was a really, really close game. Mazda with a lot of value. Skink Chief, of course. Damage value almost paying for himself based on the damage value alone, but of course he's there for poison and being annoying. Saurus Warrior's doing okay. Red Crested Skin's doing alright. Skink Cover with Javelins. Pterodon Riders doing okay. Got some Solar Engines almost paying for itself in terms of damage. But look at the Stegodon, so much value. Of course, Goblin Great Shaman did get a lot of value, as you would expect from a big spider, technically. 8 big loonies didn't do much because they did get bombs dropped on them. Of course, the archers, I mean, they're pretty cheap, so they're gonna pay for themselves a lot of the time. Stone Troll's doing alright, but that is game 1. Let's check out game number 2. So here's game 2. I'm playing as the Greenskins now, and Tesla is in command of the Beastmen. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, as you might remember, I did end up playing Tesla in another tournament before this. Did end up losing that one, and I believe even before that tournament, I played him in another tournament, and I did win that one. So I do have some history with Tesla in tournaments. Now, let's take a look at the compositions here. So again, I'm playing as the Greenskins. I have Grom the Paunch. Usually take him, but you know, see if I'm gonna continue taking him in all the matchup, but he's always a solid pick. Lucky Banner, the Great Unseer, Language of the Boys, as you'd expect from Grom. And I have, of course, the Giant River Troll Hag. She has Maida, Doom and Darkness, Spirit Leech, and Welling Odor. That's fine. Arachnor Queen as well. And she, of course, as usual, has the Maternal Instinct, basically, which summons a unit, which is like bound to, you know, just the unit bound ability. Now, that's all the single entities I have. For the Cav contingent, well, Cav, I guess, I do have Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archer and Goblin Wolf Rider Archer on the left. I have 2 more Missile Cav in the center. Both of these are Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. Okay. So that's that. Now for the infantry, I have a lot of Savage Orc Biggins actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Savage Orc Biggins. So that's pretty crazy. They're just gonna run in, and you know they have pretty good. You know, formation-wise, they're not bad. Like they're not like super tightly packed, which means the Solar Engine, yeah, it's gonna be annoying, but still. And they do have no armor, which is, or shields even, which is problematic, but yeah. Now, for the lizards, what are we gonna have? So a lot of the units aren't in the forest. But as the Lord, we have Morgor, the Shadow Gave here. With Stave of Ruinous Corruption, as you'd expect. Spirit Essence of Chaos. Regeneration, yeah, that's normal stuff. Another single entity, which is the Bray Shaman of Wild. We have Jagged Dagger, Savage Dominion, so that's a Cygor summon. Bray Scream, Vile Tide, very interesting. Steel Surge, alright. Primal Fury, okay, that's a unit ability. Yeah, alright, so do we have another single entity for the Beastman? Not really. That's it. Alright, so Cav, we have 2 Centigores on the right. And 2 Razor Gore herds. No, make that 3 Centigores. So yeah, look at these bad boys here. Capable of a lot of work. Also a Razor Gore herd. But how many? 2, 3. Okay, so 3 Centigores, 3 Razor Gore herds. Front line of looks like some Gore herds on the field. 3 of them and 2 Ungor Spearman herd. Also, we do have the Butchers of Kalkengrad here. Minotaur with Shield, ROR units. So these guys will be very, very annoying for me for sure in this matchup. And did I miss anything? Yeah, I missed the archers, right? I believe that's all I missed. So we do have some Ungor Raiders, 2 of them. Just 2 archers? Yeah, I believe it's just 2 archers. So let's hit play and watch the battle unfold. So right now, I'm like, yeah, it's time to just, you know, harass with Spider Rider archers. Gonna move in there. Taking some shots at this unit, but it does have silver shields, and it does regen, of course, so it's not like hitting it isn't that great. So I do end up popping Mither, but I feel like it's kind of a mistake at this point, because I mean, I was hoping it would move him up so I could take an engagement, but that isn't looking to be the case. So here I've got Goblin Wolf Rider archers and Force Goblin Spider Rider archers. Here I tried to take an engagement, but I know it's nope, not possible. So I turn around, this Thor herd is going to go down. 8 big loonies here. I wonder if I'm gonna pop the loon here. Should be. So I do. There is a Spirit Leech onto Morgor the Shadow Gave here. Huge Spirit Leech. So I am trying to form sort of a box here. Make sure that I'm fine. Got some skirmish cav around here. More skirmish cav around here. I should be microing these. So there is a huge blob fight here going on. Morgor is taking damage. Some of these Razor herds are under doom and darkness, so that's pretty bad for them. They're starting to rout off the field. Morgor is in a bad situation here. He's getting hit by the giant river troll hack. This is a problem that he's pushing him out of the blob here, because that makes it easier for Beastman to support. This Chaos Spawn is going to go off the field soon, though. But there goes Morgor. He's in quite some trouble here. Again, these engagements here are not the best. 8 pick loonies doing up with like 9 kills. Chaos Spawn here are gonna go out soon. The problem is that Morgor is routing, but he heals and he got out. And at this point I'm like, damn, I focused so much on Morgor, still alive. Alright, so now I'm getting, yeah, the River Troll Hag is under huge threat here. So I pull her out here. I'm winning some of these engagements, but it's not great for me because the Centigores are taking out those units. 8 big loon is taking so much damage here, they might not be able to get another loon off. Spider Hatchlings finally off the field. I got some skirmish on it still, but at this point, I'm losing a lot here. And my units in general are more expensive, so in terms of attrition, the Beastmen are winning it. They still have the Cygor. Morgor is back, and he's gonna end up healing. At this point, I've got the Arachnor Queen being. I mean, she's awesome in this matchup, but just how much can you do, right? So I do end up going for another summon to try and go on to the archers, I believe. There we go. Yeah, the Cygor is going to disappear very, very soon. Well, maybe not very soon. yeah, so right now I've got Spider Hatchlings into the archers, which is good. I'm trying to get some charges in here, but there's not much I can do. Got more Spider Hatchlings coming in. Just need to make sure that I stop them firing for as long as possible. Pop another Spirit Leech onto Morgar, which is good for me, but Grom cannot reach Morgar at this point. He's trying real hard to reach Morgar. And looks like, yeah, actually the Arachnor Queen is shooting Morgar. Some engagement's happening over there, but my skirmish cap is winning that. Balance of power is still sort of even, but I mean, it's clearly in the favor of the Beastman here. Warhorde coming in. The Arachnor Queen is getting surrounded. I do end up popping the Great Honest here just for extra leadership, but maybe a little bit early. Yeah, probably a little bit early. Morgar is being engaged by Grom here, and he's gonna start taking more damage. But looks like, yeah, I summoned more Spider Hatchlings again. But looks like, yeah, the Beastman player does notice here, so there's enough Senegors here just to stop these Spider Hatchlings. I end up taking out a lot of the units here, but Grom the Paunch here, that has actually done some damage to Morgar. I've got some infantry coming back, so with the infantry support, this is really what I need in this scenario, because I only have single entities, and only single entities, and the single entities are awesome, but the infantry support just provides that much needed sponge power, and also might force the opposing single entities to retarget, which would be annoying. Problem is I've got these Butchers of Kalkengrad just hidden on all these units here, which is huge, and right now the balance of power is changing. Morgar is still alive. Got the Savage Orcs coming in to support. They're gonna do well against the Butchers, but some Goreherds coming in as well as Centigors, so this is not good for me. I sent in the Arachnor Queen onto Morgar, and also Grom the Paunch, so this could be huge here if I can end up picking off Morgar. But he's still alive here. Promising him. I don't know what the Arachnor Queen is doing here, because this is huge. She just got behind him, and that's bad. Looks like Morgar is gonna make it out, because for whatever reason the Arachnor Queen decided to do strange things, moved around and hit Morgar from there. There's of course still the Brave Shaman of Wild still on the field. At this point, this is gonna be it. You know, the Arachnor Queen is fighting for her life here, as well as the Grom the Paunch, but what can you do against this Beastman horde hungry for battle? So that is game 2. Looks like Tesla takes the game. It's now 1-1 and both of us are on match points. But first of all, before we go into game 3, let's take a look at the unit statistics. So we got Grom the Paunch with 2,800, huge. The River Troll Hag didn't pay for herself. 8-Week Loonies literally paid for it themselves with how much they cost, basically. Savage Orc Biggins did alright in general, but not too great. The Archers, yeah, Skirmish gave it alright. The Arachnor Queen didn't do that great, though. Yeah, it had issues targeting the proper enemies. As for Tesla, well, Morgar isn't going to get too much damage value. Brave Shaman of Wild, okay. Yeah, of course, the infantry still actually did quite a lot considering. Raiders pretty much pay for themselves. And Centigors as well. Yeah, Chaos Warhounds. They got 1 Chevron despite their low damage value. Razorgore Herds, and of course the Butchers of Kalkengrad. This is why I bring this unit. Just look at the damage value. Insane. Wait, that's game 2. So time for game 3, the tiebreaker. So here we are with the tiebreaker. I am playing as the High Elves, and Tesla is in command of Norska. Now, High Elves against Norska pre-patch. This was quite Norska favored in my opinion. But after the patch, you know, some nerfs to Norska, especially like the Pendulum and Burning Head, that might affect this matchup. So I feel like maybe High Elves gained a little bit more of a chance in this matchup. And why is the game so laggy? I don't know. Oh, this is quite the lag in here. Alright, but that said, let's hit pause, maybe tab out and tab back in. Maybe that'll help. Nope. Wow, I don't know. There must be something with this map or something. Anyway, so let's go over the Elven Army. So I got Alariel the Radiant on an Eagle, as you would expect, with Star of Averlorn, Earthblood, Fast Protection, and Boon of Isha. We have a Star Dragon as well. In terms of cavalry, I have 3 skirmish cav, which is Tripper, Illyrian Reaver Archer. Of course, also the 1 unit of proper cav, which is the Fireborn. This is a unit of Dragon Princes, or War Dragon Princes, which looks awesome. And of course, they're gonna do a lot of work because they do have, of course, fire damage, which is quite good against Norsken. Now for the infantry contingent, I do have, looks like 5 Silvern Guard, and that's it. One of them has a bronze chevron, basically. So yeah, that's not too bad. But it is time to go over the Norsken Army. And why is this lagging so much? This is pretty crazy. Is it the UI? No, it's not the UI actually. Huh, I don't know. Oh well. Let's get into the Norsken Army here. So we do have Wulfric the Wanderer on his mammoth. Then we do see the Hunter of Champions, Fight or Die, Sea Fang, and of course, I mean, that's Rage. Any other single entities, I would expect the Caster, and indeed there is one, which is Fimir Balefiend of Shadows. There he is. With what spells are, well, we have the Arcane Conduit, Scroll of Shielding, Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, and Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. You know, pretty decent kit there for the Norsken caster. In terms of skirmish cav, we do see a lot actually, which is 1, 2 horse masters over there hidden, and then 2 more horse masters. So that's 4 horse masters. That's quite a lot of horse masters there, basically. Other than that, what do we have? We have a unit hidden here of Norsken Warhounds. It is the Beasts of Tashanar ROR. There they are. Infantry contingent, let's see. Oh no, we actually have some monsters in the front line, of course. 2 Fimir warriors with great weapons, strong units. We do see 4 marauders, 5 marauders actually. One of them has bronze chevron, so of course that's a pretty cheap front line for the Norskens. But let's get the show on the road now that we've gone up the builds. I wonder why there's some lag here. I understand. Hopefully it's not too bad on the recording, because I know the recording is usually smoother than me actually being in the game. So there we have some marauders moving up. I wonder what could it be. Nope, this didn't fix it. Alright, so right now there is some skirmishing going on, as you can see. Illyrian Reaver archers doing some work. Star Dragon with Lariel here as well. But yeah, I'm in this position because, you know, this is sort of a hilled area, and I'm gonna play defensively while skirmish with Illyrian Reaver archers. So it is up to Norsca to attack me here, essentially. I've got the Fireborn tucked in here behind to make sure it doesn't get shot by the Marauder Horse Masters. But they are going to start shooting the Fireborn now, so I have to pull back. So I don't want to be losing HP on the Fireborn, especially models. So at this point, I'm feeling like I'm winning the skirmish engagement for the most part. Also getting some shots off into Wulfric, which is pretty good. But I have to keep kiting away here. I do end up sending the Illyrian Reaver archers to skirmish against these. There's actually an overcast Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, so that's very interesting. Reduce the speed. Send the Star Dragon over here as well, because I feel like it's necessary. I'm trying to send in a Lariel to scare off these skirmish cap, but that's not really happening. Reaver archers still skirmishing, but I'm starting to take some worse engagements. Here I send the Silvering Guard forward just so I can dodge the boat. Managing that, so that was a sneaky attempt at the boat. Thankfully for myself, I managed to dodge the boat. Do end up healing here these 2 Illyrian Reaver archers because it is necessary. They have a lot of models at this point. This one hasn't lost much either, so I do need to make sure that they're healed. So here the thing is, I'm taking quite some damage onto my Silvering Guards, and that's not good. So yeah. This Horsemaster is really being hurt right now, so it's gonna start dropping more and more models as it gets shot by my Leader Archers. Alright, I'm starting to run out of ammo, but I am taking out a lot of these Horsemasters. Here this is an issue because the beasts of Tashnar are coming up here, which is a problem. I'm starting to target. Yeah, I'm hitting the back of Wolfric here, which is pretty good for me. Extra damage on Wolfric is good, even though, I mean, these units here, what do they have? I mean, they, come on. Actually, I feel like something's going on, so I need to, come on, show me the missile strength of this unit. Yes, thank you. So we have 3 AP, that's not much, so these are not repeater crossbows. But yeah, at this point, I have to move around further. Yeah, this unit is basically taking so much damage at this point. It's down to 26 models. I don't have that much ammo left on these River Archers actually, so this could be really bad for me. I'm still trying to do some damage to Wolfric. He has been taking some damage, but it's not like massive damage. Now he's really starting to really feel the pain. So Alariel here, that was a nice charge from Alariel, but there's gonna be an engagement here, and I'm like, okay, this engagement, things have to happen here. So I'm like, okay, I have to charge in these Reaver Archers to slow down the Beasts of Tashnar, but I end up not being able to do that. There's a Fimir Balefiend of Shadows here, which is definitely in trouble. But at this point I'm like, okay, so this engagement is happening here. I caught the spellcaster, so I have to engage it here. The Dragon Princess Fireborn are here, but they're not really able to get too many attacks onto the caster. However, I do have the Star Dragon here, and he's gonna prepare for, I believe, yep, he's gonna go for a nice little breath attack onto, does miss actually a little bit, Wolfric, which isn't the best, but end up charging him in the rear now. And there's a big engagement here, sort of a blob as well. I do end up popping a Star Dragon, and there's a boat going through a lot of my units here, but they are also under Star, so they do heal. Got more Elite Archers supporting here. The caster is basically done here. I have, again, more Silverins here healing. I'm setting up a position here. I think these are facing the wrong way, so they need to be turning around. Star Dragon is healing here. I'm sort of fighting outside of the Star now, which isn't good. But I do end up getting more hits onto Wolfric. I've got more Silverins here. This is where it's good for me because I have infantry support, so can definitely do work. Wolfric taking damage. He's down to 4k HP, and it looks like he's low on HP, but again, he has 4k HP. He is Wolfric, but making sure that you do drop Wolfric's HP is not a bad idea. The problem is these Dragon Princes really need to be healed right now, so I'm popping another Earthblood. I charge in with the Dragon Princes into these Marauders, so because they're Marauders, that charge is going to be devastating, but the angle wasn't the greatest. The Star Dragon is coming around, trying to see what it can fight off. I believe I decide on this Fimir unit here. Or this one instead, okay. So this is pretty good for me, just take care of Fimir models, send in Dragon Princes again. And when Wolfric comes back, you know, pop a big Earthblood here, or actually Frost Protection, not bad either. It's gonna do quite well here. At this point, I believe, yeah, I'm sending in the Reaver Archers to engage these Horsemasters. Sending the Dragon Princess back, and that's a huge breath attack onto Wolfric. Another charge down into Wolfric. And now I send the Star Dragon back out. Wolfric is turning around. Alariel goes in for the hit, but doesn't really manage it. So there's going to be another boat here soon enough that's going through, actually, not that many Silverins. And that was pretty bad for Norsken, actually. And here comes the balance of power changing heavily. Dragon Prince is coming in to take care of the Beast of Tashnar. Wolfric is pretty low. I still have plenty of, well, pretty low for Wolfric is still 2.7 HP. A lot of the big targets of Norsken are going out though, and now it's down to just some Marauder Horsemasters. Alaria is going to help here just to deal with these units hitting me in the back because that's not great. This is kind of a blonde for me though, so if there's like, if there was a caster, just imagine that for Norsken. And right now, I do end up disengaging the Star Dragon and Alariel. I've got the Dragon Prince still alive, Fireborn that is, but 26 models, still quite a lot. At this point, everything is chain routing off the field, and that is a victory for the High Elves due to army losses. So, Alariel not much value, but look at these Silvering Guard, definitely doing a lot. Fireborn as well, and basically the Reaver Archers paid for themselves here. Star Dragon, 1.1k. even Wolfric did a lot of damage as he usually does. Fiend of Shadows getting some value. These were other Horse Masters. Wow, one of them 1400, because they were definitely doing damage to the Star Dragon or Dragon Princess, I suppose. That's why they were able to do so much. Beasts of Tashnar, yeah, didn't really do much. And the Femir Warriors here, those are the big losers of this fight. But anyway, that is the game and match, so thank you all for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. I'll see you all next time.